Tell us how this all unfolded here, Jessica.
Well, it all unfolded on video. Deja Banlane whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit. Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know.
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
For every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank Demoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like a Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see, like, what we go through as bigger people, you know.
We did reach out to Lyft. They did not get back with us in time for this story. Now, Lyft, Uber, those rideshare companies, they can refuse passengers based on a perceived security threat. But according to Deja's attorneys, you cannot discriminate based on someone's weight. It's very clear in that cell phone video. That is why he denied her ride. Reporting live on Detroit's west side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
And because these Lyft drivers, their own personal rides, I mean, they turn people away, but they have some discretion, you're saying, but when it comes to some of these protected liberties, no.
That is what the attorneys are saying, and they said they had enough to file suit. They have filed that lawsuit, and Lyft has been served, but we will see what happens. We'll stay in touch with Deja.
Yeah, it's interesting because you said so many people came forward after this, so clearly it's an issue out there.
Rapper is going viral for something other than her music.
All right, so now that we done seen the video together, I'm gonna just give y'all a few of my thoughts on this. We're gonna start with, first off, they did her dirty by having her rap about money and stuff like that, and then go and show her in this clip complaining about a Lyft. You should have just got another one, or you could have got a car yourself. However, this lawyer is crazy. Like, this lawyer is a piece of what's wrong with America today. So you're telling me that she's overweight and you're going to sue the guy that said you can't fit in my car, versus telling her that she should go work out or get a bigger car. Like, yo, I saw a picture of this lady getting out it looked like a stretch Yukon, maybe an Escalade or something. I actually put the picture up, but she could barely fit, barely in the front seat. Man, if the airbag go off, I don't know who gonna win that fight. The airbag gonna win or she gonna win? I'm not quite sure who's gonna win that fight, but her in the front seat driving looks very dangerous. I'm not sure if it's dangerous for the car or if it's dangerous for her. Nah, I'll just mess with you. I'll just mess with you on that one. But to be for real, she couldn't fit in that Yukon or Escalade or whatever. Like, they show her in the back seat, hopping out the back seat, and girl, you could barely get up out the door. I know you couldn't get in that Mercedes. And then how you try to flex on somebody with your friend stuff. Like, in the actual video, she tries to flex on him by saying, oh, my friend got a newer Mercedes. And then I guess she realized it didn't make sense. So she went back and said that I can fit in. Like, what does that matter? You can't get in this one. So, like, it's irrelevant. First off, it's irrelevant what your friend has. Your friend got a newer Mercedes. Good for them. And you still can't get in this car. You still can't fit. You still ain't getting in my car. And then this lawyer is talking about, oh, weight is a protected class in Michigan. Well, we know it's a lot of stuff going wrong up there in the north in some of these places. Yeah, he said Michigan. He said Michigan. And like, you're telling me that you're comparing being overweight and obese to being black. Yeah, this the lure you're going with. You're comparing being overweight with being black. That's not even close to being the same thing. Not even in the same ballpark, buddy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so you're telling me I can control being black? I controlled my skin color when I came out? I controlled this shit, huh? This is what you're telling me. No, you, my friend, are a moron. Plain and simple. You're a moron. You're trying to compare being something that nobody has control over with something somebody has control over. I understand some people are, they're bigger. I get it. Some people are bigger. Some people are made bigger. They're what we used to call it back in the day, big bone, right? They big bone. I get it. But she ain't big bone. That ain't what we was talking about when we said big bone back in the day. That is not it. That's clearly an eating problem. Eating problem. No exercise and a lot of food. Like, you're not going to convince me that she was born like this. You're not going to convince me that anybody was born like this. Because if you go look back at these old pictures of people in your family and all these old pictures that's floating around out here from what? Like, let's just 50 years ago. People wasn't looking like that. People were not looking like. If you look like her, a thousand years ago, you wouldn't even survive. Like, you wouldn't survive. Like, it probably was physically impossible for you to get like that back then because due to you ain't got that much food to consume. However, if you were that big and something was to happen, then what? Like, it's just a bunch of stupid stuff. You're not meant to be that big. You should not be trying to sue because somebody said you can't get in their car and you can't fit in their car. If you can't fit, you can't fit. Nobody asked you for all this. Oh, well, your friend got this. And, and nobody cares about your feelings at this point in this situation. Like, the dude was right. It was his vehicle. It's his property. If somebody wants to get in my car, I have full right to say, no, you can't. He canceled the ride. You didn't get charged. Like, you're trying to sue Lyft. Should you be even suing? Is this a Lyft problem or is this the guy that was driving problem? I'm not even sure. However, what I do know is you are entitled. That's what it sounds like. That's what it is. You're entitled. You're entitled. You feel like the dude disrespected you and now he owe you some monetary gain. Like what? Like, this is the problem. Everybody's trying to sue. Everybody wants to sue. Everybody wants to get some kind of money, but nobody wants to actually work for it. So, just work out. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is work out and problem solved. Or get your own car. Get your own car that you can fit in. Call a XXL, Uber, Lyft. Actually, don't even drive with Lyft no more. Go with Uber then. Since you're suing Lyft. All right, man. You know what? Yeah. It's just entitlement. Plain and simple.